What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the G, about my intake manifold choices, a fuel setup, throttle body, all of that, and what parts I got to fix the mistake that I made the last time making the fuel setup. Alright, so the last time y'all saw the car, I had the Vic Jr. on here, which I sold to a customer of mine. The reason why I did sell it is because when I bought the intake manifold, I got sold some rails that were 6 AN. Well, the diameter of the rails was 6 AN, but they had 6 AN to 10 AN bungs on them, which led me to believe that the rails were 10 AN. So, well, this was even before I even thought I was gonna go alcohol. So the more research that I did, I found that the only two options I had was to get TKM to make me a set of rails, or get some $350 Wilson rails, which I paid $500 for the manifold and the elbow with the rail. So warning, $350 to spend on fuel rails was just like ignorant to me, I should say. So what I did was I sold the manifold for what I bought it for, with the throttle body, and I picked up a Super Victor from Chris. If you watch John's channel, you notice that this one was on the Colorado over there, and I'm gonna pick it up. Well, I picked it up from him, putting it on mine, and it has some modified pedestals on it for some aftermarket rails that use 8 or 10 AN rails. So I won't have to buy a set, which are like $150, $160. The rails are $150, $160 instead of having to buying a whole new set of $350 rails. And this manifold would be better for my setup because, one, it comes with a plenum spacer, and I am going to put a nitrous plate in between the plenum spacer and the manifold and spray methanol through a nitrous solenoid to maximize my fuel system. So if you don't know about my fuel system, I'm on a Enderley 80A fuel pump, mechanical fuel pump. I am on Bosch 210 injectors, and I'm doing a front mounted fuel cell in the car. So what I'm going to be doing today is I bought this 2-piece style valve cover from Amazon, which I feel like is going to work pretty well because I've done some measurements already and they work. So it's a 2-piece. So this front cover right here comes off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole in the front cover for the cam spud. I have this fuel pump. It's like a fuel pump extension. It's from Alky Diggers. Go check those guys out. Great people. Super affordable stuff on there. And it all works. So I put this piece right here in the cam spud. It extends out through this, well, this way, and then I bolt this onto here, and then I put my fuel pump in there, and this thing, slide it in there, and it connects to the cam spud. So I'm gonna start working on getting this done the right way this time. I'm gonna put the manifold on the car. I'm gonna bolt it down, and I'm gonna put the new throttle body on there because I'm going to a 102 instead of a 90mm this time. And I'm also changing from 3-inch intercooler piping to 4-inch intercooler piping. All right, so I got this 4-inch intercooler setup. Well, not intercooler, 4-inch intercooler piping setup here. So I have like a cast elbow that I got from CX Racing. I thought it was thin wall like this one, but it's really not. I got this stuff from GPI on eBay. It probably cost me around $75 for all of this stuff here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut the bead roller ends off of these, weld them together, and then we'll cut the bead roller ends off of it, and then weld them together. Weld one throttle, not throttle body, one blow-off valve on there. I'm gonna go away from the dual blow-off valve setup because the more I talk to people, the more they told me dual blow-off valves is just another boost leak that you're gonna have to catch. So 150mm should be fine for what I'm doing. Let's get in this. All right, guys. So I went ahead and just drilled this hole for this front plate, and I have to say that this thing is gonna work. So basically, like I was explaining before, this thing will go onto here, and the issue I was having before was that the oil pump, I guess like the clearance that they made on the other thing for the oil pump was hidden. Well, it was like super raised or whatever, and this is kind of recessed, so this thing would sit flat on this like that, and the pump will sit square into it. So I just have to make like a, I don't know, this, I gotta make this hole bigger so this lip right here sits inside the front cover. And
what?
Can I help you guys?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Do you even know what forced inductions is?
Forced inductions?
Yes.
It's like that turbo is forced induction.
Okay, but do you know where forced inductions is?
Word for it? I mean, sometimes it could be
you know
in
what
front of the motor, it could be on the rear of the motor, on top of the motor.
Do you know what they do?
In front of the motor.
You know what they do?
They force induction stuff.
You know what? I'm done with you.
He's not wrong.
I mean, the name says it.
He's pretty
Oh
spot
my
on.
God.
So, what are you doing here today?
I'm
Folks at home, if you want a mechanical fuel pump to flow 4 gallons a minute, this is the setup you need.
That is a terrible lie.
My damn Magna Fuel double pumper over there is gonna outflow this.
Bet you it
But
won't.
can it outflow heavy flow?
Yeah, of course.
That's all this dude
No,
cares
I feel
about.
bad 'cause every time I come out on the channel, people probably think I'm hating.
Yeah, dude, because every
I'm
time
not.
you come out here.
No, I'm not hating.
I got power rates for the haterade.
Oh wow, that's a nice intake, Phil. I'm sure I hated it all the way over here for you.
You hated it all. Well, here it is. Completed product. I'm super happy about this now. So the only...
Round of applause, round of applause. You got it, man. You did great.
Oh my God.
Chicks sound like.
Such dicks. Anyway, so... But this is pretty much completed product. How far I needed it to come out before. I'm going to just order a, I think they sell a 15 or 20% underdrive pulley for my car, so the crank pulley shouldn't be an issue anymore. It should come out and just be like about right here, even with the factory style one. But I do want to go to like an F-body style crank pulley, so I'm just gonna figure that out later. My main issue right now, well, my main issue was making sure that this stuff works. So what I'm gonna get to now is making the intake, and then on the blow off valve onto here, and then maybe sometime next week I'll pull the whole setup out, because like I said before, I sold the transmission to somebody and I am getting a power glide. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but your boy's going to a glide. I just had to go pick it up from down the street at Chris's other shop. So I got a 180 straight cut first gear, and the normal shit everybody puts in the power glides, like what John's on. Pretty much same setup as Wes's transmission. He's got a
What? I'm taking this bolt off, dog.
he's got a aftermarket bell housing and stock case, so same thing I have. So we pretty much now are gonna have the same setup without, well, he's gonna be twins on a B200 intake manifold, but I'm gonna be a single 88 on a high rise, or whatever the hell y'all want to call it. So yeah, let me get to making this intake, and I'll catch up with you guys. Wow. Broke my damn drill bit. Drill bit round 2. Great success. Guys, when I tell you, this shit looks so good. Bam! This thing came out super good. I can't even say the welds, decent. Welds, decent. Got some dimes in there, but I'm no expert welder. I just do it to do it. God, look at that. This thing's looking more and more like damn black sheep. Well, anyway, next time you guys will probably see this will probably have no motor in it. I'll be doing the engine bay, painting it up, cleaning it up, getting all the stuff off the firewall, pulling the trans out, putting a new power glide in there. I need to scale the car so I can order. This is bothering me. I need to scale the car so I can order my converter for the power glide. I also need to get a new gate for my shifter to convert it from a TH400 to a power glide. I also need to order the 88. Well, somebody local to me is supposed to be selling me an 88, and they don't sell it to me by like Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm just gonna go ahead and order one from VS Racing, and I need to do some mock-up stuff with some fuel rails to see where stupid ass trucks, to see what I can do about the fuel rail situation. I have an idea in hand. I'm just gonna see if it'll work. I was trying to get more done on the fuel system. Like I said, I still need to get this dang on front end looped in, so I'm gonna talk to my friend Harry and see if he can if I can just bring the car over to him and we do the front end and we try to mock up some type of 6-point cage inside the car, because right now I don't have seat belts and I kind of don't want to put a harness bar on there just to bring it down the track. So even if I have to wait another month or two to get the cage and stuff done, I will. But other than that, car's coming together super great. Also, every time I look at it, I try to remember to mention how good this up pipe is. Shout out to my boy Joe C, who completely gave me probably like the nicest thing that'll ever be on this car. I'm so appreciative of it, and I can't thank him enough. I'll put a link to his Instagram in the description below. Y'all gotta check him out. Send him your stuff if you want it polished. If you want your shit to look nice, this is who you need to send it to. But my dude completely killed it, knocked it out with the brush pie, little accent on there. But I think I'm like probably like the only person that he did that for. So I'm super appreciative of it. Thanks, Josie. I can't thank you enough. I'll probably send him the dang on intake pipe too and the crossover. We'll see. I ain't trying to make it look too nice because the turbo kit will look badass, but the rest of the car will look like shit. But it's a work in progress. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next upload.